Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Orion's Animal Tarot. It says Omni Sun at the bottom here. Ambi Sun. Ambi. I think I said Omni on the last one. Oops, Ambi Sun. It's a rockpoolpublishing.co thing. I believe I saw something about a free online deck. I don't know if that's still active, but if you go to their website, you might find that. I don't know how old that deck is. It's new to me, but I don't know how old it really is. Energy Oracle cards by Sandra and Taylor are the Oracle cards I'm using. There's some websites for Sandra, Hay House websites. Here's a bunch of those websites if you're interested. There's also a hayhouseradio.com here on the back, and there's Sandra's picture. Feel free to freeze frame if you want any of that information. Of course. What do we have for Scorpio? Energy definitely feels more controlled. Which Scorpio is very good at, like, moving and keeping moving, and it's not like you guys don't have control, but like usually you guys are like, to other people it may look like you're all over the place, but you're achieving so much. There's a lot of success around you usually. I just don't think of it as a calm energy. I don't think of it normally as a calm energy. I feel like it's very active, a lot to do, this to that, we're here to there, go. Successful too. It seems to me, at least the Scorpios that I know, tend to be successful. Queen of Swords with the blooming abundance. And I mean, Queen of Swords. I keep feeling like something is, no, this is why the energy's calm. The Queen of Swords is a very confident energy, very controlled energy, but you control yourself type of energy. This is going to work out the way I need it to work out, and the way I'm going to make sure it works out the way it needs to is like, I'm not going to tell people things. I'm also going to, like, I feel like there's a little bit of a investigation energy here too, kind of like, you know what? I'm going to just start a conversation with certain people, and then I'm going to see where they take it. Because I have a feeling that something isn't right here. But I'm going to let them blow themselves in. I'm not going to accuse anybody of anything, but I'm going to start a conversation, and I'm going to see if they trip over themselves trying to explain things that I'm not even asking. So I feel like there's a little bit of an investigation thing here. Kind of like, I'm just going to start the conversation and see what they do with it. I don't know if that's advice for some of you or if that's just literally what you're doing. Just start the conversation, step back, see where it goes. And then just kind of keep it moving. Just keep the conversation going. You know what I mean? Step back, see where it goes. They say something like, I wasn't thinking that was going to happen, but keep the conversation going. Keep the conversation going. See where they take it. Because there's something about this where I need to find out the truth. I want to know that the people I'm aligned with, I should be aligned with. I've been with these people for a while. Whoever it is, you've known them for a while. And it's kind of like, you know what? I just want to see what's really going on here. And if I just let them take control of the conversation, I'm just going to see where they naturally take it. I think that's literally what you're doing. Whoever is going on here, if you're not doing it, it might be a suggestion to try it and just keep the conversation going. Your active energy, just keep it going. Keep them talking. See how far they'll go. See how long they'll talk. See what you learn from the situation. Especially because Scorpio's great at reading between the lines. So you just got to keep them talking. You'll learn a lot. The Two of Pentacles, whoever you're dealing with has a lot they're planning, has a lot coming forward in the future. They've got a lot of plans. The Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands is telling me they're actively moving forward to something, and there's something in the works for them. If you keep them talking, they're going to tell you what they're actually up to. Maybe not so obvious at first, but again, Scorpio's great at reading between the lines. You'll start figuring it out. The thing is, they might be a little bit secretive about it. When you hear what they're actually up to, you may not feel like that's the best plan. And it may be something where you're like, all right, that's what they're going to do. I don't know if I really believe that's the best idea for them, but I'm just going to stay out of it. I feel like if this situation, if you can do it, I would try to support it from like a distance. Kind of like, okay, you're going to do what you do. I'm just going to stay out of your way. I got other things I got to do. That seems to be where that goes. They are going towards what they want. There's a lot of earth energy you're dealing with here. Knight of Pentacles, and the man holding a heart doesn't have to be gender exclusive. So whoever this person is, I feel like they're very kind of like, I really feel like I'm doing the right thing. I've really thought this out. I really think this is going to work for me. This is what I really want. I've got a lot of energy trying to make it happen, and they keep working towards it. I feel like they're saying just let them go towards what they need to go towards. Excuse me. You don't have to help them, and I feel like it's better if you don't help them. Encourage them, just don't help them. Hey, if that's what you got to do, you do that. You go ahead and do what you got to do. But make it clear, like I'm not going to be able to be a part of that. Not negatively, like nothing bad about it. I just got things I got to do, so I'm not going to be able to be a part of that. You keep doing what you got to do. I'm going to go over here and do this. You do you. It's kind of you do you type thing. You really need to stay out of this. I feel like it keeps coming. The wheel is coming in with indecision. If you try to get involved with this person, it's going to throw things off. At the very least, they have to have their own strength to do it themselves. This is something they have to accomplish on their own. This is like, this is kind of like, somebody going to school for a specific vocation. They've got to learn it. They've got it because they have to be the one who goes and, like, when they're in the job force, they have to literally be able to do that job. This is what they're learning. They're learning to be able to do that. So you can't help them in that sense. Like, it's best to let them do it on their own. Even if you try to help them with the testing, you're not going to understand what they're doing. You can just tell them if the answer is right or wrong. If it's black and white on a piece of paper, like this answer is right, that answer is wrong. You know what I mean? Especially if it's multiple choice. But otherwise, you're not going to be able to really tell them or really help them. So I'm getting like, it's going to be all over the place. It's going to look all over the place. That wheel with the indecisions, like the more it goes left and right, the more it just... The deeper you get into it, it doesn't make sense to you like it makes sense to them. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just feel like they're that deep in it. It's kind of like going for a certain vocation, like if they were going to be a metalsmith, or they were going into the medical field, or, maybe they're going to be like a specialized type of baker. There's certain processes that they know that they've learned, that they've done a lot of research in, that maybe you don't have any... You just don't do that stuff. That's just not your thing. Or like a carpenter, for example. There's certain things they do that other people are like, well, all right, that makes sense why you do that, but I couldn't teach you, or I couldn't help you learn it because I don't know how to do that. I didn't realize that was a part of the situation. That's what they say. You're very similar to Cancer. I just did Cancers, and they had to pull back energy too. They're like, for right now, pull back your energy, pull it back and conserve your energy. It does seem to give you a little bit of stress here. I'm noticing that it's not the easiest for you to pull back. I'm going to just clarify that with the dice. Like, why is that so stressful? Like, why is that stressful? 6 of Cups and the Devil card. This might be somebody you're used to helping, and you don't want them to feel like they're out there on their own. But the thing is, they can't rely on you to get them out of a problem. They have to get themselves out if they're going to truly be successful. And they do have what it takes to get out of these problems, whatever it is that's causing them issue, whatever that's holding them back. That's one of the reasons I feel Scorpio is successful, because you get yourself out of your own problems. I feel like Scorpio tends to do that. So you need to let this person kind of flail a little bit, kind of struggle a little bit, so they can get their own success. The way they're going to get their own success is solving their own problems. Even if it's not the perfect solution, that's how they're going to get success, is by solving their own problems. So that's another reason I feel like pulling back, because there's things they know that you're not going to know. So if you try to solve it for them, I just don't feel like it works right. You're not going to know the difference, but if they don't solve it themselves, it's just not going to work out right. They have to solve it themselves. So it's kind of like I have to step back and let them struggle a little bit, and they have to come to their own conclusion. They have to fix it themselves. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, just to put it in a little bit better perspective, say somebody's like having an issue and they're like, they got a lot going on the coming day. They don't know how they're going to get through it all. Don't try to help them figure it out. Tell them, well, go through it, decide what you need to do, and to put your day in order. And then if I can help you, I will. So they say maybe at the end of the day, like 3:30, they're like, well, I really need a ride from here to there. And you're like, well, I have a break at that point. I could actually, flip my break and my lunch, and I can take my lunch at that time, and I can maybe give you a quick ride and come back to work. So I can do that for you. I can't do anything more than that, but I could do that little bit for you. So you might support in that sense, but they have to set up their whole plan. They have to decide what they need to do, and they have to get it done. Maybe you can support in those little ways, but you can't do it for them. You can't set up the plan for them because they won't solve their own problem, and that won't work. I think we kind of made it. We're there. That's what it is. Holding back, teaching this person to be successful by not doing it for them, teaching them they got to solve their own problem. I don't know. I hope it sounded right. It might sound a little rude, but I don't think it's rude. It's like they have to solve their own problem. That's how they're going to have success. That's how it's going to work out the best. It is going to be stressful for them. They might actually want you to solve it for them. That's the last little caveat I'm kind of trying to avoid. And it's kind of like, just remind them, you're not going to be successful if I solve it for you. You have to solve it for yourself. And just encourage them to solve it for themselves. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope this helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.